So, we only have one world left. However, the devs have confirmed at least, I believe, 2 spots where I had said, I don't think that's the intended way of beating that level, but I did it anyway, so get cheesed. And they indeed said, yeah, you broke some levels. They said to at least revisit 56, because the other one I cheesed is almost identical. Not sure what that means, I don't really remember. I do remember this one though. I did a little bit of cheesery by yoinking and then coming back before the red came and got me. So, we're going to have to attempt to actually do it for realsies, as they say. Now, I remember initially when I had looked at this one, I was like, oh, maybe it's some weird thing where you gotta like do some crazy angle and then like you start up here. But I don't think this is correct. Because it still hits. The weird thing to me is that there really isn't any straight line you can go across to grab that thing. Because even if you went across the top, those guys can hit. If you went across the bottom guy can hit. So it doesn't seem like, you know, it's not some special angle here that will stop us. Crawl to a grab that thing? Okay, well, I don't know about that, but... Because then if I just try to go back up here, I'm doing the same thing that I did last time by trying to cheese it. So there's some magical trick here that I'm not aware of. Because I honestly was not really sure how else to do this one. That's part of the reason I went for the cheese. The cheese being, again, doing this thing and then coming back. That's not how they want me to beat it. Which I think they said they were going to patch at least this one, maybe this one or the other one. I forget which one exactly, but... oh. I guess I'll do this to put it back. Part of my brain, actually, because we've done all the mirror worlds, part of my brain just said, oh, there's actually an invisible block right here, and I'm actually supposed to go around the invisible block here, and that's how you actually make your way around. But that's not true. So yeah, the main thing that I'm not, oh, maybe it's something like that? Oh, it's something like that probably. That has to be the legit way to do it, right? I would think. Now, I don't remember whatever level that was the only one they called out. Perhaps we'll do the other ones if they want, but let's at least get started on the fusion world. Also, I believe this is the first time, whoa, 2 batteries, what the heck? This is the first time there's been a dev in chat. Dev in chat? His name's Devin? And he's chatting? No, there's a dev in the chat, and the dev is the dev of this game. Okay, so that's interesting. I don't know if that just was how that was normally supposed to be. That might have been more of like a tutorial level type of thing, where it was easy, but now you understand. We'll see. Ivan. Yes. I guess I wasn't sure which one of you was typing in the chat, which is why I didn't actually say. And then Devin chat is kind of a across many Twitch.television streams an inside joke, because dev space in the chat sounds like you're saying some random person named Devin chat. But yes, Ivan and Eva. Eva? I think I messed that up last time too, when I first started playing. Okay, so if I do this, we die. Can't go across. Oh, I can go across here. Does this die? It does die. Oh, okay, I did not think that would die. You've heard about Joel? It's got to be a capital J, but yes, Joel. Joel the fish. That's correct. That's correct. Joel the fish. No what? Okay, I was worried about that. So that means we got to go Actually, that probably won't work either, because it'll just do the one to the left. Yeah, yeah. But what about... Well, no, that'll still do the same crush there. So, what about... Oh, but this one's high up. Well, I could still... Yeah, alright, alright. Wait a second. And then over the top? What's the other battery there for? What's that second battery there for? Joeling? Yes, Joel featured in the Gear World, that's right. So there's another battery spot. That's interesting. It doesn't start with a battery though, right? No. Interesting. Very interesting. Can't go there because it gets stuck. Alright. Now, what are you cooking up here? Okay, so it just lets me deposit. Alright. That's neat. So then I do this. Then I do this. Up top. There it is. Okay. We're fusing up more abilities together and in different ways and having different... Okay, alright. So this is the second one since the, like, beginning level where there's a second guy to give a thing to. Now, can I grab two at once? No. Can I take it back from this one? No. No, I cannot. Okay. Interesting. Interesting, because obviously I can't escape. Wait, but can I put it here? And now I can go all the way around and grab it there. Aha. There we go. Guys doing some puzzling. Guys doing some puzzling. Alright, number 80. Unlock the special thing. So this, I think, is just about managing the spinner. Keeping it all right as we make our way through. I'm going for it. There we go. Nice. Oh, so it's just an 88th level. I thought there might be 3 hiding under there. Okay. Or maybe 88 will lead to 89 and 90, and who knows. Okay, this is definitely different. There's a battery symbol on that spinner, which I'm not sure what that means. Oh. That's what it means. Oh, so we gotta go like this, and then grab it, and now the battery, taking out the battery makes the spinner not work, which then lets us... Oh, that's new. That's new. Very nice. Alright, what does this do? It lifts up 1. I think what we need to do is grab the one down here first. That way we can use this one as an angle. Never mind, I'm a liar. Can we perhaps go over the top? No. Can I grab 2 batteries at once? No. I thought that maybe this angle made sense, but now I'm not as certain on that. Same reason you can't go that way. But what does unplugging that one in do? Does it do anything for me? How do I deliver to this guy? It feels like you need the second block up in order to deliver to the top right. But I also have to take both batteries somehow. It seems like I want this block that my dude's touching to be up here maybe, and I'm already, and so that way I can come up and go around it as a corner in order to get to the top right guy, and that I actually am giving the first battery to this guy. But how do I do that? You can only grab one battery at a time. Why, when I take this one? Okay, never mind. I could have sworn I saw a thing where I took the battery here, and the box was labeled with both still had yellow. Am I tripping? I could have sworn I saw that at one point. Well, either way, I guess. Oh, it's when I press undo. Look, now it is still marked. There's another bug, Dev. I pressed undo, and then it made the box look like it still has 2 batteries not picked up yet. Look at that. I don't know. What would be interesting is if I knew actually how to deliver the first battery and then did the undo and see if that would actually mess up the block. I don't know, but that is interesting. That is it. Because watch, now I press undo. Yeah, and it's lit up again. So I'm assuming that I would be curious to know how that functions. Maybe there's something where, oh, what? No, there's not a way to do that, right? I was trying to think, is there a way to almost switch the batteries while it's just a visual glitch, you hope? Yeah, that's what I'm hoping too. I kind of feel like it's probably the case, but oh, wait a second. Hold on. Hold on. This gives us the angle. Very good. And now, grab this. No. And then we put it up here. And then... and then... and then there it is. Let's see if I can do the visual. Let's test the visual glitch thing right now, though. All right. So, deliver. Now, if we take the second battery, okay, it still works. It still works. It's a visual glitch. It's a visual glitch. All right. 83. Limited tape. Dev doing one of these. Ivan doing one of these. I die. Okay. Does that hold up the block? No, apparently not. Apparently not. What if I start over here? Dev? Was that intentional? Because I don't know if that looked all that intentional to me. That looked crazy. What was that? Was that intentional? No way, right? Kind of? Oh, shit, maybe. Okay, a kind of. I thought for sure the way that looked was weird. All right, let's see it again. That was intentional, kind of? Okay. I'm down. I just figured maybe there'd be something with the bottom left corner. If that gets the okay, then I'm fine to move on to the next level. Not intended solution, but it still works. I mean, it looks a little glitchy because it kind of looks like I phase through some blocks that maybe I shouldn't be able to. Interesting that it's kind of consistent though, that I squeeze through there. It probably shouldn't work, but maybe, I don't know. I guess it depends on what the intended solution looks like. Intended solution is around the central counterclockwise, around top left, around bottom left. Let's see, how does this... Oh, okay, so it is kind of intentional that there's like a weird push to it then. Okay, I will accept my way of doing it too. Okay. Interesting. So this is one of those, it works to spin while You have battery, grab, and such. Oh, actually, I guess in a sense, the only way to get the battery is to do this. But we need this to be rotated high up, trying to do that. Okay, then okay, I think this is what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to do a bunch of circles and then start undoing them and grab the battery. So I'm going to do more circles than I probably need to, just because I already did it once where I didn't do enough circles. Son of a... Okay, that looks good to me. You gotta undo the rest of it. And... perfect. 85. Okay. There's 4 different places for the battery to go. There is one place for the battery to currently be coming from. So that's something. And we want to be coming down the center of this at some point, huh? How would we do that? And we would do that by the top left area, coming off of the top, or the top left where there's a red guy, either coming off the top of that, or if I do this, what does that give me? That lets me go this way. Neat, I guess. And then that lets me do that. That's where I started. Where I started though, huh? You're sorry for the last 4 levels? Oh, well, I mean, they're supposed to be hard, right? Oh, so interesting. There is the spot up here. You can't get there without doing this, unless you're doing this. But that kills me. Ah, that kills me. I see. It kills me, I see. I can't fit through there. Can't fit through there. And this won't work because it's going to push into the reds. So there is that whole bottom right area, which is interesting. Doesn't really do anything, which is the weird part, I guess. I guess you could do this and then go... I guess you can't go around, but you could do this and then grab, which then lets you go around and do something. I'm not entirely sure yet, but something. This? Okay, that works. And what does that let me do? If I grab it from up here, then that gives me the angle that I want, I think? Yes, it does. I don't know. That one feels like one of those ones where there's probably multiple ways to beat it, but I don't know. That level has cheese that you're gonna patch? Well, now I'm kind of curious. I'm not guaranteeing them going to try to find the cheese. I feel like it's probably going to be one of those things where it was a, you can like maybe sneak by a red even though you're not supposed to be able to type of thing. Like some sort of slight angle. Crazy around the world situation. I think my brain just keeps going to a form of the solution, so I guess I'm gonna pass for now. Alright, so we got moving stuff. We got battery. Oh. 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 Interesting. I think we need to use the... We like need the... We need to like use the block to do something with this spinner. To like move it or non-move it. Perhaps that involves doing a circle around it. Doesn't seem to actually move it at all though. That's what's throwing me off. I thought for sure that it moving up or down would kind of do something. But what if I just do that? Oh, but then we need it. Yeah, so when we put the battery here, we need this thing to somehow push it up or something. You know what I'm saying? Like when we put the battery into the right side, we need the movement of this block to cause things to move somehow. Oh, it didn't do that though. It didn't do that though. I thought that it felt like that was a smart thing. I think I'm stuck now, right? Oh no, well, yeah, no, I am stuck now, right? Or can I take this out and then... No, I'm stuck now. Okay. My idea of what I need to do, I mean, it definitely has to do with the battery, moves the thing, and then that lets you... Gotta be something like that. I mean, I guess we could kind of like try to test it here, but nothing that I've done has actually made... The block has never made anything move, which is my concern currently. Does that mean that I need to, maybe if I did like a full circle around this and then did some things like this? At this point, I'm not actually trying to beat it. I'm just trying to see if the square can actually make it move, but it doesn't seem like it does. Oh, that's a good point. The arrows are disappearing while the block is moving, so it actually can't affect it. I can't move while the block is falling, though. But maybe that matters for... Okay, I can't. That work. Close. Okay, hold on. What if I... Oh, that's so close. That's so close to locking it in place. But I probably don't want to do that anyway, huh? I'm trying to think of some world where you can, like, I don't know. But you can't move when it's stopping anyway. I don't get why the battery matters now. It stops the gear, but why does that matter? Could it create an angle where the gear gets locked like I did earlier? When I was manually locking it by doing these type of things? That's something that I can cause to happen by the block moving? It's not like... I don't think there's a way that it moving up does anything. That locks. Somewhere. Either I'm really off base or I'm kind of on base, but it's just never gonna change the angle. There are a number of different things to be messing with here, I guess is the other part of it, where it's like, I'm not sure if I should be trying to understand why the square moving, why putting the battery back in the second spot, how that will ever do anything. Currently, I have no idea anymore. At first I had some ideas, but then as we learned that the square moving means that this turns off, the gear turns off, that made me lose all ideas that I had. And then I thought about maybe somehow like a block moving causing some sort of weird block situation like this, but I don't really see how that can work either. Like you can't really lock it, and like you can lock it, but then it's just always going to be locked, right? So how does that help? Unless somehow, oh wait, but then does this do something? Now it can move? No, this is just the same thing as before, but now I like went back and fixed it. So yeah, it doesn't really, that didn't change anything. That was just me having it locked, and then I went back and made it non-locked. That didn't do anything. And you need it to be the opposite. You need the square to somehow make things go the opposite way, and it just doesn't make sense to me. How does the square moving make things go the opposite way? How does the square moving make things go the opposite way? I've done this multiple times, but I'm just checking one more aspect. I want to see how much space this gives me. But even if I were to go all the way to the corner and then try to like run backwards to make it back up, and then grab the battery to somehow lock it, it still wouldn't have even been enough. Because that was one idea. Is like, if there is some magical way to use the block moving to lock it, which again, I don't think is possible, it wouldn't even matter, because you can't actually get it high enough. I want to say this is the hardest one of all of them so far, because usually with the others, I feel like I've had at least something else to try. Very much Star Puffs vibes in the sense of, I don't even know what to try next, really, I guess. There's only so many ways you can go around the cube and the dial. How does moving the square do anything if it turns off the gear when I put the battery in? How does it do anything if it turns off the gear when the battery goes in? Don't understand. So far, all I've really figured out is that I can't, the only reason I'm really taking the battery anyway right now is because you needed to, you know, give to the guy at the end, but otherwise, my progress has had nothing to do with the battery or the box. Which is probably not what you want. You won't give me the space to do that? You won't give me the space to try to lock it from there? There we go. I don't think this matters, but maybe. That unlock things? No, why would it? That's not how locking works. I'm just doing the same thing. It's suitable for the final stretch to be 100% completion. Yeah. Especially since I'm already this close, as far as having done all the other levels without hints. But I am considering going to the next one, if there is a next one, and coming back to this one. Which really is something that only happens if I'm mega stumped. You just see, is this a cutscene or something? 88 is boss, yeah, so I think I'm gonna try 87 here. Maybe it'll give me some confidence or something. Oh. We need to be on this side with this block down. Okay. So that way we have, but we need to be under both of them. Okay. That work? I don't think so. Okay, what about if, I don't know, but you can't, what happens if I, well, this one, this is gonna push into the death, right? Yeah, okay. Is this one? Yes, okay. So this was the correct start, probably. Probably. But you still have to come over the top. Unless this does something? No, not really. Oh, no, yes it does, because then this, and then that lets you spin. Okay. Alright, we got it. See, I'm not dumb, I can beat hard puzzles. It's just that one other one that's really hard. This one I just can't understand for some reason. Okay. Well, that did at least make me feel not dumb for a little bit, that I got that one pretty quick. You can peek at 88. Let's just give another peek at this first. getting Star Puff vibes, where it's like it looks so simple and there's not a lot of things that you can do, and somehow it's just like impossible. We've tried that. We've tried the one where you do the figure 8. We've tried the one where you do. Tried this. We've tried the lock. The lock doesn't do anything because you just have to fix it. We've tried this type of shape. It doesn't do anything. I don't think we've tried this, but I also don't see how that would change it at all. I almost feel like there's like an actual mechanic I'm missing or something. That's how much it feels like I'm missing something. Kind of why at one point I was trying to see if there was, well, it was when I was testing like, oh, if I do this, does that like change something? Like I wasn't even bothering to go to the right first because I was just trying to see if there's anything that would happen by moving the square and having to interact, and I get a single interaction of any interest to occur. Wait, that might have been it though. That is it. Well, kind of it. It's not enough. It's not enough. This is it, but it's not enough. You can't, like, you want to be able to almost like put the battery back in and do another round of retreating, but can't do that. Look how close it is, dude. Get your damn wheels in there. Maybe if I from the top and then we did it. I don't know if that was quite there, but we did it. Okay. Redemption. Now the final boss world. Apparently, maybe. We'll see. We'll see. There might be another secret level boss too. Whoa, there's off screen? Off screen? Moving screen? God damn, okay. Oh no. Oh no. I don't even really, I feel like I don't even really know exactly how I got that thing to work. Oh, that's there, right. Right. This? No, because it's still locked. I need to somehow do another locking situation. I'm dead. Oh, no. This is like the one thing that I'm bad at, apparently, because it was the one that we just did that took forever. And now that's the main mechanic of this beginning section. Oh, man. Oh, man. We need to be able to, like, have it unlock and relock by moving, which is not currently the case. I don't think this will fix it. Nope. I think it's like lock has to be locking the opposite way of how it's moving. Oh, this is the one thing that I, for whatever reason, can't wrap my mind around at all. That's so brutal. No. 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 I like need a picture of how I just did the last one to figure out how to get what I need. So this locks it. If it moves to the left, it would still lock it. We need it to be like, we need it to be that doing this makes it not locked, but then moving that way makes it like this way locks and then this way doesn't lock, which is not currently what's happening. Okay. Twist it so that it's the same direction as the other one. What the hell was the angle that I did that made it work last time? Okay, hold on. How did I do this? Dude, how? I want to go watch the VOD. It would be so much easier to just watch the VOD right now. It would exponentially help me get the beginning of this next level right. Just can't even freaking remember what the right configuration was. It's gonna be really annoying. Watch the first hint. I did beat the level, to be fair. Oh, that's how the hints work, huh? That it? That was it. Okay. So, in my mind, this is basically the same as going back and watching the VOD. I already beat the level anyway. So, okay. So if we try to visualize this onto the next level, twist it sideways so that it's vertical, and then flip it so that it's it's going left instead of right. So then that means I want to go. We want to go to the left of the box, then come around and over the top of the thing from the this going to the left of the box, down around it, then to the left side of the gear, maybe? I might have to come back to this one again, just to see it again. Yes. Okay, so I was right about the angle red. Now it's locked. But the battery is the thing that I need. I need it to be locked when I don't have the battery in. No, I need it to be locked. Yeah, I need it to be locked when the battery isn't in. So that's different. That's pretty different. That's the opposite. No, I guess it's right. I need the battery to be in. I need it to be locked when the battery is out, as opposed to the battery is in, which is odd. If I did it the opposite way, would that somehow work? No. Felt smart for a bit, but then it didn't work still. Is the problem. Then it didn't work still. But what if... No, but then it's still, then it's just perpetually locked. So it's close, but there's still something different that you have to do. We want it to be like this when the battery is out, but then reversed, because it's going to be towards the left. So then that means... No, that doesn't do it either, does it? That doesn't actually lock it. How do I reverse the battery situation so that when the battery's in the center that happens? I feel like there isn't a way to do it because you need the angle to be going off. You need the angle to be... The reason it works is because the angle goes off, but when it's in the center, they're straight no matter what. I don't see a way to do that that isn't just normally perma-locking it. But maybe? It doesn't help that you have to... Can't just go straight to the damn thing. I wonder why that's there. There must be some weird cheese thing that makes you not have to do that otherwise. Which I have no idea. Damn, chat. It's the last level, it's the boss level, and I understand how to do the lock unlock, but not it's like the opposite order of what the game wants. How does that work? I also haven't had a need for this spot, really. That's great and all, but the problem is that I need to like go under this to be able to actually get under the thing. You need to be coming off of this way in order to go through in the first place. You do this, then nothing changes. You're just stuck. Damn it, chat. I was feeling smart again. Did 87 real fast. Did 86. Can't believe you're sub to a guy that hasn't beat Robot Detour. Thanks for that.
Can't believe I'm subbed to a guy that hasn't beat Robot Detour. Omega Dance.
Omega Dance. It is flavorful that you got the Robot Mr. Krabs emote, though.
Oh my god!
I forgot that I had the Mario Party one there. That's Mario Party actual one, too. Each eye looks at closest object of interest, so it looks funny. Oh, so that's why I was doing the bug eye thing when it was like in between two of them in a way that it went cross-eyed. Not cross-eyed, but both eyes went like that. I don't know how I did that because it's not even doing that again, huh? Either way, I'm not actually doing a strategy here. I'm just driving because I'm trying to think of what to do. I have an idea, but I can't execute it. I can execute an idea that doesn't work. Did you ever break the game driving around the gear 10-ish times? I have not, but now I'm going to. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh shit. Oh, I broke the game. That was neat. Wait, but if we start it down here, felt like there was something to this that looked potentially interesting. But that still breaks it, huh? Now we're back at the beginning. I was hoping to beat this before stretch break too. We're on the last level and everything. I'm not even past the first screen. We don't even know what happens after the first screen. There could be a whole nother thing. There could be a whole nother thing. It's just this specific mechanic I'm bad at, apparently. The lock unlock strats. And I'm trying to like reverse engineer it and I just can't make it work. I'm trying to reverse engineer it to do locking in the opposite order and I can't get it. God damn. God damn. I've tried many ways too. I've tried the right side, trying doing things, battery first, battery after, going down, battery going around, undoing, bringing it back up. I've done all sorts of weird shapes, such, and none of it seems to give a damn. And I don't want to look at the hint because we made it all the way to the last level without one. I guess that's not necessarily true. No, it is. We want it to be locked when we are holding the battery, not when it's undone. So yeah, it's still what I said is true. I can do it. I'm trying, but because of the time we're at, and because of how stuck I am, I think what we should actually do is replenish the mind and replenish the body for a good few minutes here by doing a stretch break. And then we'll come back. I'll be able to ruminate during that with my apple as well. And then surely we'll have the solution then. Rather than have me continue to spin wheels doing nothing, I will instead spin wheels in my mind as we stretch. We're back. I have had my apple, I've went to the bathroom, I've had some water. But here's what I want to do. First, I just wanted to look at this again. So, it's all about making the triangle. We basically want a triangle when... We want a triangle? Or I guess there's kind of two triangles. There's the open triangle, which is this right now, which means you can move and the thing will move. Then you want a closed triangle when it's locked. If we want a closed triangle, the other thing that is kind of a hint of the game here, that they sort of want you to be going this way in order to make it through in the first place. So if we want a closed triangle when we're holding the battery. So we want it to look like this, but we're holding the battery from. That means maybe you're coming off of this angle going down and then coming back this way, but then it's just still going to be closed is the problem. Facing that. So that's closed, which is neat. It's closed when it's to the left and we have the battery, but we need it to be rewound more first. And that doesn't happen. It's like almost it. But then it's still closed because we had to go around to get through. That's the problem. It's only closed at this angle. We need it to be closed all the time when we have our battery in our hand. We kind of saw this earlier actually. We'll go around and then it'll just always be locked. And we need it to unlock so we can like maybe you like let go, you grab it, you put it here, you move down, like you use some sort of shimmying or whatever. But it's not. The only other idea I could have is that like is that there's some way to if only there was a way to go in there without having to go around. You just kind of have to. There's no way to move these when you're actually... There's no way to move the blocks while we're in here is the problem. So that's very confusing. That's very confusing because I feel like I basically did the opposite of what... So like, great, you're locked, but now I don't have a battery. Which is why I was trying to do it the other way that I was talking about the whole time. I was saying this to chat during the stretch, which is that I'm kind of terrified that I'm still stuck on this and we see that the screen will go more to the right and I have no idea what's over there. I'm sort of hoping that this is the hard... I'm guessing that this is going to be the hard part for me, unless it's going to be another section of this doing the locking, unlocking stuff that I'm apparently very bad at. I wish I could like debug menu the game to freeze these blocks up to see if I could like getting certain angles of this works or not. This angle works. And obviously the one where you come under, where you go around here and through, that one works. Dude, look at his eyes. That kind of hurt to do that, actually. Not with this one. I'm just showing the same thing over and over again, but I don't know what else to do, really. There definitely would have been other ways to do it if these reds weren't here on the corners. What is it that Ivan wants me to do? Until he said it, I didn't even know there was a hint in the pause menu to do. I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm just making the same moves over and over, or just different, like, figure eights and shit, and it's just not doing anything. It's just not leading to anything no matter what I do. Ivan, what the hell, man? This level's too hard. I feel like this level in 86, I feel like I've taken more than some entire worlds have taken. Maybe this level in itself has taken more than an entire world has taken me, or close to it. Thing is, I thought about it a bunch too during the stretch break, and I did do the opposite kind of triangle side, and it just didn't win. Didn't help. I'm just kind of going around and looking for something that doesn't exist. It's just the same. It's all the same. There's like 2 ways to do it, and there's 4 ways to do it, and I've done all 4, I think. Maybe the only one that I didn't do was this one instead of going, but then it's just perma locked, so it doesn't really fix anything. This is definitely depression stage, grief, just no hope. Definitely in the no hope phase right now, especially since I've actually at least when doing 46 or 86, and I was like, oh my god, no hope, I don't know what to do. I figured there would be some way to do a lock, but I hadn't figured it out yet. This time I've done like 4 different sets of locking and none of them actually solve the puzzle. Because it just either leads to perma lock or unlocks as you move to the middle. Yeah, I don't know. They're just all perma lock or not lock. I'm trying to think. I can't. There's no other way. There's no other triangles. I've done all the triangles, and I'm not even playing Triangle Strategy game for the Nintendo Switch. I'm not even playing that game, but they got me playing that game. I've never actually played that game. I just remember the name of it because it was goofy. I actually think there's something going on where they're like changing the ownership from Nintendo to Square Enix or something. And this is like 86, where there's like 5 different angles to do this. How are none of them working? And then there is somehow still one that isn't, because you like backtrack, flip a doodah, like none of it makes any sense type stuff. Sure are sitting here doing nothing. I don't know who let Ivan make this level. That's what I'm wondering. Eva should have put him in his place. Ivan, this level's impossible. Why would you make an impossible level for the boss level? It doesn't even make sense. That'll just make people upset. She was right. She was right. Little did we know Eva's actually the puzzle mastermind, making like the hardest ones of each world. What if you go shroop, shroop, and then shroop there, and then swing over, and then tuck in the shroop? You make a good point. Was the shroop before the extra shroop before the tuck or after the tuck? Or before the swing, after the swing? I mean, I've done literally both angles of this and this. Done both of those angles. I've done both of these angles. Both that one and this one. So like, you can't do any other angles. Wait, you can't do other angles. What are you talking about? Because it's virtually just the same thing, but oh, you have an extra circle around it for no reason. I can't beat this level. I can't do this level. I mean, I don't have any inputs I can make on the controller that are different than what I've already done. I've done them all. I don't know what to tell you. I've done all of the angles. What are you talking about? Left isosceles, right isosceles, both directions of those isosceles in themselves. There's only 4. There's only 4 to do anyway. What are you talking about? There's the other. I already just showed 4 of them. I don't even know why I'm showing them again. I don't know. I was trying to think of what if you have like both of them lock? But it doesn't really change anything because it's the same as the right one being locked. I don't think even doing, like, either it has to somehow, you have to have 2 locks that then sometimes work and sometimes don't, but I don't think that makes sense really either, because then that should just in theory perma-lock. I'm gonna go pee again. I had nothing. I'm at a loss. Sort of feeling like some of those, there's only a certain limited amount of things you can do, and if none of them work, then what the fuck? And the worst part is, because this is the final level, I can't just kind of go like, we'll come back to this one when I have a fresh mind. It's just, this is the last level. I'm so annoyed. I'm just so annoyed because I feel like I've done, you know, it's like if you've like done all the homework, you did all the preparation for a test, and then the test just like you're wrong anyway, or like, you know, I don't know. It's just like I did all the things I was supposed to do, and then what is it? Captain Picard comes in and says, "You can do everything right and still lose. That is not whatever. That is life." I've put in the work. I've tried so many directions. I've repeated so many directions to try to get new ideas. Bazinga Hawk Tua, go to the polls. That doesn't help right now. But this one was like kind of the closest, I think, where you do, I don't know, part of me does feel like some sort of X thing, but anytime we've done an X type shape, it either just becomes perma-locked or perma-open. Basically, the red spikes are judging me. Yeah, they are. Sure, so is the YouTube viewer, I'm sure. Whoever they may be. Yeah, you. I'm talking about you. Now we've been on this level easily for over an hour, so that's really cool. We don't even know what happens after we get past the first part. I gotta imagine, though, if the following sections don't really have anything to do with locking, unlocking, or rather creating new locks and unlocks, then I will probably fucking own it like I've been owning most of this game. I mean, I'm not even touching the controller because I'm just trying to think. I don't know, and I'm so upset at myself because I feel dumb and it's my fault, but I'm just standing here doing nothing. And it feels so bad. It's just like made up bullshit in my brain where it's like I'm just standing here doing nothing, not achieving anything, not making progress on the puzzle at all, not having new ideas. There's just zero. It's blank. There's nothing happening. It's so bad that my hands don't want to touch the controller because they're just going to be going in circles of they've already done for no reason. They're refusing to want to touch the controller because otherwise it's just fake. It's fake progress. It's fake trying new things that you've already tried. It's all fake. You know, it'd be fucked up is if the way to beat a puzzle is to like do an undo move in order to like abuse some mechanic. I'm saying we could get to the middle with this angle, but it has to already be locked. Come from the bottom, now we gear. That's pretty good, actually. That's clever. Did those two ending paths mean that we have to, because then that way we get in the middle, we let go of the battery. I mean, I think I guess it could be either way, because you can kind of do the shimmy thing, whether you're trying to unlock it or unlock it, and you just would push the buttons in the reverse of, you would just move when it's in or move when it's out, depending on what you need to do. Well, you don't need it to be unlocked when you're coming from the bottom, but you're able to get to the middle while unlocked when coming from the bottom of the gear, which means that you'd be holding the battery while it is unlocked. Not exactly sure what that all means, but like that's why these are like interesting, but they're not, because it's perma-locked. Because of the spawn of this thing, and you're coming in this way, I don't think you can have the triangle be on the right ever. Montage of meditating under a waterfall, yeah, like I actually can't think of a normal ass movie that does this. Character meditating under a waterfall. For whatever reason, what comes to mind is Piplup from Gen 4 Pokemon episode, where it goes under the waterfall to use Bide and keep itself from evolving. For some reason, that's the first example that came to my mind, which is a crazy example. Certainly not where that started from. It's gotta be in a bunch of anime, I bet. But I'm also trying to think, like, certainly there had to be some more normal movie, like, I don't know, Sylvester Stallone, Jackie Chan, Bruce Lee, some sort of badass fighter type montage. I'm, like, really trying to think hard about this. Those same 4 triangles that I've shown like 3 different times. And I feel like I've at least explained myself to the chat so they understand why I'm still stuck. The only thing, I guess, is just that there's 3 battery spots, but I have not found a single way that matters at all, to be honest with you. If there was 2 at the bottom, then maybe you could like get more weird angles with the square, but the 2 at the top don't fucking change anything. I'm sure they do, and that's like the solution, but like they don't really do anything. I don't know what to do here. I don't want to look at the hint, but I don't know what to do. And I don't really want to wait until next stream to try to beat it, because the whole point was to try to beat it today, even though this one level has taken an hour and a half, and there's no progress, basically. Eliminated some things, but at the same time, those are the only things to do anyway, so it probably means that they're still in, like, matter? This is the nightmare puzzle situation. There's not even a level to jump to change things up or anything. I'm just depressed. I feel worthless. I feel like a worthless human being right now. I think I'm just gonna go pee again. I did not pee a solution, but I did pee more of the, I guess, frustration? I guess? I want to be able to like make the triangle opposite, where like somehow it's the square moving that makes the triangle, like I want the triangle to be like the opposite, but you can't because that's not where the wire comes from in the first place. Like I want the square to be, and I want the 2 things to flip positions vertically, and I feel like it would be more doable for some reason, even though that's probably just not true. Problem is that I've tried all of the things, and I don't have a damn clue how else I could possibly beat it. And I've really thought hard about it. I've really tried like reverse engineer from the very last steps and everything, and fucking still nothing. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. In the same way where I've already talked about numerous times that there's only so few moves you can do. It doesn't involve some crazy like 10,000 X multiple loops around both things 100 times type stuff. I've basically done the 4 main configurations at least a dozen times each. And part of the reason I don't even want to just like stop, I guess, is because I don't even think I would have a new idea even if I came back to this 3 days from now. It would just still be those 4 configs, which is obviously a big problem. Just trying to think. Oh, there's not much to think about though. And I'm pretty sure I've said contradictory things at this point multiple times. I really don't want to use the hint, but I really don't have any fucking clue what to do, and it's definitely been over an hour on this puzzle. Problem is, I feel like the hint will just be too easy of a hint, and I'll just instantly get it and be annoyed that I didn't figure it out. That's mainly the reason I wouldn't want to use the hint. One, because I haven't used a hint yet, so like beating the whole game without a hint would be kind of sweet. And then the other part being like, how did I not try that, or that type of reaction if I did get the hint. I'm like so fucking depressed from this game right now. And just feels like both ways that you come off the gear, top or bottom, is perma-locked. I don't really see how, yeah, I could do this, but I always could have done that. And then now you're just stuck. MS Paint. I don't think it's gonna help us, but who knows, maybe. We come from this way. We automatically are coming from down here, or from down here. And if we're holding the battery, want to be holding the battery. If we're holding the battery, we're coming around this, going here, and then this is either from here or from here. I mean, I guess there's a world where you could be coming from up here, but really that just means you would have been coming from here or here anyway to go around and up the corner, because you can't, like, if you were somehow went up to the corner from here, then you're not actually coming from the corner, you'd just be coming from this way, and we already know that this way dies. If we're coming from one of these 2 directions and then we put the battery in, this goes over here. When it's over here, or rather when it's here, we want it to be unlocked. We can do easily, I mean, you can just do that by starting and going, obviously. So that's not the part that's tricky to figure out. The part that's tricky to figure out is when this is here, how do we make this locked now, but unlocked when it's over there? And the answer is that that's not possible. Because when this is over there, if it was going to have a tight triangle when it's over here, then it would only be even more tight when it's to the left. This is the fundamental problem we've had the whole time. Whether it's going this way or whether it's going this way, the triangle that's made will be tight the whole time regardless. If you come over from the top, you need it to be tight anyway, and that would be with you holding the battery, so it would be over here. You would need it to be one of these types somehow, and then you do. Then when it moves over here, it will still be right angle type triangle. It'll still be like this. It'll still be locked. And that's what we've been doing the whole time. That's been the entire puzzle, this entire hour and a half or whatever. Yeah, that doesn't make me feel good. Thought maybe that would help with something, and it just did not. Just made me feel all the more sure that that doesn't work. And it does still lock the thing, right? The gear still locks when you put in the battery, so it's not like it's some shit like that where it moves with the square. This is the fundamental thing. The triangle will still stay tight regardless of how you move it. This is the fundamental problem. The only time that wasn't the case is a little bit when you're doing this one, but because it's open on the right side, you can't go to the end this way anyway. So it, again, then you end up having to manually perma it. And the perma is perma, and so it doesn't matter. 88, huh? I mean, if I can't think of a new idea in an hour and a half, almost 2 hours doing this puzzle, like, what are we fucking doing? Alright, do I do it, chat? Do I give up, or do we just come back to it another day? Man, I'm pissed off at myself. Fuck me. Could have been done with this 2 hours ago if I could actually finish the puzzle. Another day. Fuck. Alright. Basically spent an entire stream, an entire half of a stream on one puzzle. I didn't get it. That's a bummer. That's a huge fucking bummer. I got nothing to say. I got nothing to fucking say. Ivan, you kicked my ass. We're back. We're back. It's been a little bit, but we're back to try to take on the last level, the mega level. I did get some supportive words from the dev, or one of the devs, I should say, Ivan, I believe, who said, "You actually executed all steps several times on stream while I was watching. And also your verbal reasoning was totally correct. There are no more hidden interactions. It's just about getting that last insight and putting the steps together. Hope you'll make it at some point." This gave me confidence. This was a statement that gave me confidence because I was starting to lose my mind, if you recall, and thinking that I have to be missing something. So on one hand, I feel good about that. On the other hand, a little terrifying. In that if I have done everything, in theory, then it's bad that I haven't gotten it yet. Now, I don't really remember everything that I did, to be fair. What I do remember is that, well, that's actually kind of close, but is the okay. I was like, is the last insight being able to squeeze through? I don't think so. That'd be pretty crazy. Like, I don't think I'm even really supposed to be able to go do that. This is definitely not the way to do it, but now that I could potentially have this be the way to do it, I really want to try. But I don't think so. But I feel like if you can make it through the bottom half, you won't be able to make it through the top half. What was my logic last time? Maybe should have tried to watch the end of the last segment. Or coming back here a week later or however long it's been. I think it's maybe been a week later. So I think those were the main two things, was, you know, locking left side, locking right side. Those were the main issues we were running into. But he said I had the right idea. This is the same thing. I've only done the same things. And this is where I was last time, where I don't see really what magic insight there even is, because I've basically done every direction. And this is why we were trying to do this level for like an hour and a half and got nowhere. And again, I I already feel like I've done all of the different directions you can do. And I simply don't get it. I was just thinking about the angles of exit, or then if you're coming up here, if you're coming up from the top, and coming from the top of the gear is locking it in this way. I don't think there's a way you could press a button that would unlock this anyway, because you're already coming over the top, so it just would never. That's how I feel about both of them. That's also how I feel about doing this way. If you're coming from the bottom, it's gonna be the same fucking problem? And then there's the idea of like, okay, well, what if like you wouldn't even be able, like, assuming the blocks weren't in the way, you wouldn't be able to go through anyway because the wire would hit. So you have to come off of the gear, but I literally don't even see how you could ever have a setup where you're coming off the gear and moving a button would make it not lock. I still don't fucking see it. I was hoping maybe a week's later time I might see something different, but I don't. I mean, one thing I talked about was like if there was some weird backtrack thing, but I don't really see that either. Because where the fucking string spawns from, there's no way that like you can never make the right side. Going around the right side is never going to work. As long as you're actually going to the right side is never going to unlock when you change the battery stuff, unless you're not, if you're somehow locking it without going around the gear at the end. If you're somehow doing it by like going this way, then maybe, but otherwise it feels like you have to be doing left side stuff somehow, but I don't, even that doesn't really make a lot of sense. I want to cheese it so bad. I want to somehow cheese it so bad, but you can't. I'm going to read what he said again. You executed all the steps several times. Your verbal reasoning was correct. There are no more hidden interactions. It's about getting the last insight. I feel like it's a fake Not their intentions, I'm sure, are pure, but it feels evil. It feels evil. He's concocted an evil statement to make me feel like I'm closer than I am, because I did the same, basically the same thing of doing these two strategies of locking on different sides for like an hour and a half straight with zero progress beyond that, and then just saying the same shit over and over again that I've already said today, which is just, oh, you can't go over the top because of this, but then if you enter through the bottom, you can't because of that, and it's just, I'm just doing the same thing over and over with zero progress from 2 weeks ago. I just have to sit here and not say anything. These are the shapes, but then you have to go around, and you can't win. Because this moving here does not unlock it. It still keeps it tight. Going this way and having it be around also means that when this moves this way, it stays tight. What kind of shape would you need to make it so that when this is over here, that it is tight, but then when it is over here, it is not? Great question. That is a great question. That would be a lock still, even when you... I don't get it. I don't get it. I still don't get it. Doesn't make sense. These just need to be opposite. These just need to be opposite. It doesn't make any sense. That's how you win. You have to edit the code and mod the game. I have to pee, so I'm just gonna do that, I guess. This seems like the type of puzzle where when the solution is found, I'm gonna be like, how did I not even like accidentally do that by given the amount of inputs I've done on this level? We already know that if you come through the bottom by locking it this way, you cannot win. So the main thing that I started with during part of last time and this time was that the idea that I need it to be locked when I'm holding the battery so that I can get under. But is that true? Is there a world where we want it to move when we hold the battery but be locked when we don't? And is that even possible? Because what we've learned is that usually the way to have it be unlocked is when this is over here. And I guess if anything, I'm just looking for being able to actually turn it off and on. Which we do, I guess, have a couple of ways of doing that, but then it just leads us to not be able to beat it still. That's what we've learned. I can't actually get a good on-off switch. Please don't bully. When you're out of ideas, you have to start thinking in ways that feel stupid. Need you to be locked now. That's what we need you to fucking do. Either that or the opposite, like I said, and have been doing initially, where you need to lock when the battery is on and then unlock when I plug it in. But that seems impossible because the wire is also pulling this direction. I don't know if I made any. I feel like I did, but it didn't actually help me like get an answer. It's like, oh, this looks and feels good. It doesn't do anything. It doesn't do anything. It doesn't become a lock. Well, I'm depressed. I'm pretty fucking depressed. I mean, yeah, I'm fairly convinced that this is like basically the way that we need to do it, because nothing else feels even remotely close. I've tried everything. Ivan, I'm sorry. I can't fucking do it. I don't know. But I also don't want to hint, but I also hate myself. So I don't know. I hate myself, but I also want the hint, but I don't want the hint, you know? I think this might be like, his words of encouragement almost make me more depressed. Because he made it sound like I'm so close, and the fact that I still can't get it makes me just feel like a piece of shit. I'm the fucking Ben Affleck. I'm not the fucking, smart Alec. It is my fault. It is my fault. I'm pretty fucking convinced that right side is a lie. Gotta imagine there's something where like, oh, you gotta go around to then do some shit like that. Like, cause why else is this battery spot down here, you know? It's like, it's gotta be something where you go around the box in a different way. But you can do that at the beginning anyway without the battery. But this magic insight is a lie until I get it. Until I get it, it doesn't exist. I only did this to see what maybe is over there. I think that's just like the end. I feel like that's their last name, Brown or something. I feel like that's the end. It's just getting through this, and then it's like, ooh, thank you for playing. Made by blah blah, like Ivan and Eva Brown or something. Need to be like hit in the head with a hammer so that my brain thinks differently, and then maybe I could do it. I need some sort of wire connection changed in my brain to get this puzzle. It seems that's what it seems. This is a perma, aka not useful. I knew there was a fucking backtrack, man. Brought to you by Nozomu Games, Ivan Bushman, Eva, I'm not gonna try to pronounce it, Nikita, and Andre. Andre? Additional art, Angela, Ian, and Elise. I'm butchering these fucking names. Starving for Love. Playtesters. Okay. In my brain for a second, I thought that, that I had to restart the puzzle. That like gave me a heart attack. Playtesters, localization, independent translator, Ukrainian and Turkish. Special thanks, Mom, Dad, Mushka, Kotik, Ari Collins, BCat, 112A, Igor, Ludum, Pretty Cool Marketing, Thinking Games Communities, and Godot Community. Game Director, Ivan Bushman. What? No. No. I need the battery? No. No, this cannot be. No. No. No, Ivan, no. Oh. No. No. No way, man. No fucking way. They even started playing credits music. No fucking way. I'm speechless. I'm fucking speechless. What is happening? How is this possible? How is this what happened? After everything, how is this what happened? Am I supposed to carry the battery to the end? I'm short-circuiting. I can't believe it. Do I have to start it over? Is that... I don't think it's like a... we can figure it out from this spot type thing, right? That's so fucking crazy. No, it doesn't count as beating it. That's so messed up. That's so messed up, man. Holy shit, that's messed up. Okay. Holy shit, that's messed up. So... you want... oh, I did it. I don't know why that... okay. You know what? I don't care. That worked. I don't want to think about why that did or didn't work. I just know that it worked. I think it's because I changed the... it made it so I was pulling the thing. Oh my god, thank god. I was going to be just absolutely distraught if I was not able to somehow convert from there. Oh my god, I would have been so distraught, dude. Oh my god. Holy shit. Right before it was about time to end the stream, clutched it. My god. It's also funny that it was after I said I needed to get hit by a hammer. Maybe I mentally hit myself with a hammer for that. I did say multiple times at points that maybe there was a strat where you had to backtrack. That did turn out to be true. Wow. There it is. Fusion World, beat every level. Good editing. Show your friends the power of cables and finish the game. More, complete 100% of the game. You've done it. You've 100%ed the game in all its glory. And without that last level, it would have taken us like maybe 2.5 to 3 hours less to 100% the game. Only went half-balled trying to beat it. Come on. Come on now. We'll just put up the credit screen here for a moment again. God damn. Yeah, so besides that last level, it says my total playtime is 6.8 hours, and it was 5.5 before we started today's session. And from what I remember, we did the entire second half of last Wednesday's stream trying to basically do this one level, which would have been somewhere in the 1.5 hour ballpark, maybe 1 hour 45 or something. And then today was, I think, I mean, if we started at 5.5 and we're 6.8, then it took an hour and change, maybe. I think it said 5.5, but I could be wrong. 30 minutes, and then this has been like 45 minutes, let's say, give or take, right about now. Maybe just a hair or 2 or 3 under 45. So yeah, an hour and 15, 20 minutes. So without this one level, the game would have basically been 2+ hours shorter. 2.5 maybe, something like that. 2.5, 2:45 shorter. So that's pretty brutal. Obviously, you know, it's just gonna be quicker for some people on that last level than me. That's how it is with puzzle games. Sometimes the level just doesn't work for you, but you get the next mega hard one really quick, which we've seen in this game. Overall, this was a wonderful experience. The last one kicked my ass, but overall, this game was really satisfying to play. Besides the last level, none of them I felt like I got stuck on to the point of like really feeling bad. Just this last one. There were times where we got stuck for a little bit here and there, I think, on levels. You know, I haven't edited the second or the last world yet, plus this level, because it's probably going to be one video, but with a lot of editing for the last level. But I don't recall any taking mega long like this one. There was some that maybe took 10, maybe 20 minutes. So it was nice to have some challenging ones that, you know, that 10 to 20 minute stuck range is a good range to be stuck. After that, you start, when you get to half an hour of stuck on a puzzle, it gets a little, that'll put off a lot of folk. So I think besides the last level, which again, the solution in the end looked pretty easy. It was like a backtrack and then bam. So other people could easily get that in like 20 minutes potentially or less. I just didn't get that. Even though I did try other backtrack strats before that one, but just I must have done them differently. That being said, I very much enjoyed this game. Feel free to go get the game yourself and maybe wait, you know, and maybe wait until maybe you forget how the levels work that I did them, or maybe you've already forgotten by now. But perhaps you can see if you fared better than me, or get it for a friend and see if they fare better than I did. Because this was a fun game. This small dev team was kind enough to give me a key to play it, and I'm very thankful that they did because it was a good time. Shoutouts to Ivan and the crew. Yeah, maybe I'll have to keep my eye on what they end up doing next in the future, because they certainly know how to make a puzzle game that's satisfying. Robot Detour 2? Alright, don't make them, don't bother them, you know, don't try to put that pressure on them, but they're satisfying levels. And there's certainly, of course, more room for this kind of game. You can certainly add all sorts of new features and things, like there's gears and stuff now, and we saw all sorts of stuff like the fish and everything. So who knows, I'm sure they can add all sorts of stuff, but who knows, maybe they'll want to do a new project. Either way, I'll have to keep my eye on them, because that was a great time overall, despite, of course, my complaining, because that's, you gotta, in a puzzle game, you gotta get that out of your system, because you'll explode. Your brain will explode. That was Robot Detour.